Rob from HopZine.com. Thanks for joining me for another video beer review. This time we are looking at a bottle of Coppercone Pale Ale. It is brewed by Epic Brewing Company in Salt Lake City, Utah. It's part of their Elevated series. First time I've had a beer from this brewery, from Epic. Picked this up at GBBF a couple of weeks ago. I've noticed it is bottle conditions, so try and be very careful with my pour. Just cracked that open, got a bit of a sneak preview. Very impressive. So, I was listening to Winton, the known as Beer YouTuber on YouTube, talking about brewing in Salt Lake City, and he said something about that they can only brew beers up to a certain ABV, and also majority of the kind of beer that Epic sell is sold out of state because of some. You can only primarily buy beer over a certain percentage in these state-owned liquor stores. So, anyway, the beer in the glass, a lovely kind of radiant mahogany, orangey, peachy, kind of, yeah, really reddish amber. A really nice head of off-white, slightly kind of orangey hue head, tight, foamy, bubbly. Oh, it's fantastic smelling. It's quite a big, piney, resinous hoppy beer. Yeah, definitely a lot of kind of crystal malt in there, Munich malt, something like that. But a lovely red apple, really tart grapefruit, blood orange, pithy, dry kind of bitterness. Maybe a hint of like a musty pineapple. But definitely a load of big resinous pine working really nicely side by side with a load of probably crystal malts. But the hops are really big, fresh. They've got there's a sugary sweetness to it as well. Maybe a hint of, yeah, definitely caramel, like a burnt sugar. Well, it smells fantastic. Anyway, let's dive in. Cheers. Lovely, really complex, and a beautiful amount of bitterness. For me, it sits beautifully because it's heavier on the hop flavour than it is on the kind of big crushing bitterness. Can't find anything about IBUs on the bottle, because I'm sure they're kind of probably around 40 or something. Not too heavy at all. Maybe not even that high. Initially, burnt marmalade. Kind of more like maybe like a big Jamaican ginger cake, that kind of thing. Pithy orange, kind of a dry, muted, kind of dull, not zesty, kind of tart grapefruit, but a grapefruit flavour, but fleshy, but not juicy and cutting. The bitterness comes right at the back end. Slightly perfumed, lemon peel, grapefruit flesh once again. Yeah, there's a appley, maybe slightly kind of cantaloupe melon quality in there. But I think, just as the nose promised, it's got a really lovely balance between citrus fruits, burnt caramel, and which is coming from those kind of darker malts, crystal malt, maybe Munich malt, maybe a bit of amber malt. But the hops are full flavoured, but not with a really aggressive bitterness. The bitterness is really well placed. Quite a decent amount of mouthfeel on this, quite smooth, with a decent amount of body. In 6.6, you should hope for a bit of body. That, I mean, it's getting up there as far as pale ale goes. The ABVs aren't usually quite that high. Very nice indeed. And as they've got some, yeah, Coppercone. It's copper coloured. It's got a load of pine. Definitely, really nicely put together. A bit different to a lot of American pale ales. it does remind me of something like from what Deschutes produce, like their Inversion IPA or Mirror Pond. It's of that kind of family, but very nice. Probably the first beer I've ever had from Utah as well. So that is Copper Cone Pale Ale, part of their Elevated series. You can see it on the label, from Epic Brewing Company in Salt Lake City, Utah. 6.6% ABV. Very nice, and unlike any pale ale I've ever had before. Definitely recommend this if you can check. If you find them in the US, they are pretty much non-existent in the UK. We got this. I picked this up at GBBF a couple of weeks ago. Really nice. So yeah, check it out. So I'm Rob from HopZine.com. I'll see you next time. Cheers.